Hi, I'm Tony Fuentes,
I'm Doc Walling.
And I'm Johnny Labrat.
and it's the Science of Drinking Halloween episodes. As you can see, ladies and gentlemen, I am dressed as none other than Gomez Adams from the Adams family. Doc, why are you wearing an ice cream outfit?
Because I couldn't find my cousin It wig. So now I'm the dude from Scoops Ahoy on Stranger Things.
Amazing that they found one in your size.
I know.
And it even says Steve.
And
And Johnny, what are you dressed as? I see, it's the face of anxiety. Oh, very good. Moving on, Johnny, calm down. Take, have a drink, Johnny. Have a drink. Drink. Yeah, there we go. There we go. There we go. Good call. Good call. Which then leads us into our first segment, our drink du jour. Starting off because I felt like being classy. Tonight's drink du jour is a Malbec. Yes, drinking wine. A little ménage à trois. Parlez-vous français, ladies? Yeah? Say oui? No? Doc, what are you drinking?
I am drinking sangria.
That is a giant bottle of sangria.
Apparently, you're drinking all of the sangria.
Yeah, my roommate is gone because it's her birthday. It's all mine.
Oh, she's going to come home and find a sailor boy sprawled out on the hardwood. I'm going to leave that alone. Johnny, what are you drinking?
I took some liberties with the classic science of drinking Klingon blood wine recipe to create something I'd like to call Klingon secret sex on the beach. Because Klingons don't necessarily think of romance the same way you and I do. But the ones that like to go have sex on the beach, they put rum, tequila, elderflower liqueur, squirt, and grenadine into a glass over ice, and then they drink it like this.
I'm a little surprised there's no prune juice in it.
You can go wait in the car.
Yeah, well, it's a warrior's drink. Yeah. Okay, now that's creepy.
Yeah, there we go. That's the kind of creepiness that you are not paying to see on this program. So we had a lot of fun last time with the Would You Rathers. And the original segment was actually almost an entire hour long. 90% of it ended up on the cutting room floor because it involved either us laughing, Johnny crying, or Doc just passing out. It's hard to tell sometimes. But
it doesn't usually when he passes out, we got the poking stick there. But since this is all remote,
yes,
he just falls out of frame and we got to wait.
Yep.
Until Life Alert comes and gets him.
So last time I kicked it off. So Doc, why don't you start off with this version of Would You Rather?
Oh, he's got that smile where this is going to be weird.
Gave me an idea for a new business.
Oh God!
Life Alert, help I fallen and I can't get up. I haven't come up with a name yet. Let's help. I'm drunk, fell on the floor and can't get up. So we come to your house and pick you up off the floor.
I recently saw a story where the police in the UK, or no, sorry, not the police, the fire department in the UK had to help a girl who had drunkenly trapped herself in a washing machine.
Yeah, her roommate dared her to do it while she was drunk, and then she couldn't get out. I saw that article.
Oh, I thought you guys were talking about the one. Apparently, it was the UK is big for these stories, where the police had to take this guy home. They found him passed out in front of a pub, and he was able to say where he lived. So they took him home, literally physically put him in his bed, and then took a selfie laughing at him.
Oh God!
You kind of deserve that.
Nah, true.
I mean, they gave him a free ride home.
True. And they didn't beat him.
Yeah.
So, Doc, what was your idea?
What would you rather? Would you rather live in the Addams family home from the original show or the Munsters home?
Huh.
I think I know Anthony's answer.
Well, that is a good call. Now, I see. Have you actually seen the photos of the Addams Family house in color?
Yeah, there's a lot of pink.
A lot of pink and pastels. So if I'm allowed to keep everything in black and white, glorious black and white, then yeah, I still would stick with the Addams Family house because the torture chamber, the lion, kitty, plus thing. I mean, come on, and a mailbox that attacks postmen. Come on.
Well, you know, gate. You've also got gate.
There's gate.
Yeah.
Now,
Inside.
oh yeah, it's I would go with the Addams Family house hands down.
I think I'm gonna have to go with the Addams Family house too, only because here in the Phoenix metro area there actually is a 1313 Mockingbird Lane.
Yes.
And it's some person's house that well, let's just say when they say eat the rich, it's supposed to be this person. So I have bad associations with it, so it's entirely personal, but also just I think that there was a greater spirit of the house being a member of the family with the Addams family.
Yes.
Than the Munsters. The house was a character, and that's what I loved more.
Oh, Addams Family?
Yeah.
So, per the rules of the game, that's 1 point each.
I'm going to go with the Munsters house. Because,
0 points each.
because they have a dragon that lives under the stairs. So if somebody breaks into your house, they'll either burn them or eat them.
Yes, but the house won't let you go. And the house would keep playing with the person forever. So 0 points. Doc did not like our answers, so we're moving on. Johnny.
Wrong answer. They're both very cool houses.
Yes.
Very true.
So as usual, I am invoking. You have to make a difficult choice. They are not necessarily equivalent. So it's Halloween time, Halloween night. Would you rather trick or treat at the Bates family mansion? You're staying at the hotel. You got to walk up the hill to trick or treat. And there's a strange old lady in the window. Or would you like to try and toilet paper the Texas Chainsaw House? Now, keep in mind, you could conceivably escape without being seen in the second scenario. But the first one, you will definitely be seen by the residents of the Bates family home. So trick or treat at the Bates family mansion or try to TP the Texas Chainsaw House.
All you have to do is walk up to the door and say trick or treat.
Well, presumably someone's going to answer.
Right.
Either Norman or his mother.
Okay.
Norman's such a good boy.
I'm going to go with the second one.
You would rather try to TP the Texas Chainsaw Massacre house?
Yes. I need to go see what's going on out there. Be right back. Sorry. But
Wait.
speaking,
Did you not? Did he just say, "I'll be right back"?
yeah, the animals are acting up.
That's why when you text, I need help, you need to give me the make and the model of a car. Because I don't know what a Buick looks like. You can't just say Buick. You have to say a color of a car. You were inside the car. You presumably saw it before they put you in the... I'm just glad you're okay.
Let it go. You
I'm
can
just
let it
glad
go
you're
out
okay.
Of the mouth, out of the mouth. Let it go. This is why we've had this discussion. One, because nice ladies offering candy is a bad idea. And two, never ever say, "I'll be right back."
I don't think I'm going to tell you where the hat went.
Where were we, Johnny? Wait, no. Would you rather?
It was the would you rather.
Would you
so
rather?
so Doc had answered he would rather TP the Texas Chainsaw House than go up and try to get some candy from Norman and his mother.
Yes, whereas I would be curious. That curiosity just to see who would answer the door and how far along I could actually take it. Yeah, I'll probably get stabbed. And it would be like that scene in the movie where the man, was it the police detective or the insurance person?
Arbogast.
Yeah, Arbogast, he gets stabbed and it's the fall down the stairs. Yeah, I'll imagine the same thing, but down those stone steps.
Yep.
Yeah, I would totally do that. You know what? Actually, because of the miracle of technology,
you used to be able to go visit this on the Universal Studios tour.
There we go. Aha. Now it's in black and white.
You used to be able to go actually visit the facade of the mansion. You could go right up there. When I was a kid, they let us go right up there. Anyway, the correct answer, the point goes, unfortunately, Doc, it goes to Tony because the answer is it's more fun to see who's going to answer the door, because is it going to be Norman or is it going to be his mother? Even if you get away with it at the Texas Chainsaw House, somebody saw you and you're going into the meatloaf. So, I mean, that was a no-win situation. You would have bragging rights for about 20 minutes before somebody was making your liver into pate. But I admire your bravery, though I cannot match it.
I've had a full life.
All right. Now.
Not that I said that. I'm probably going to die in my sleep.
We got you out of the car.
That was the important part. So now, for my would you rather, because it is Halloween. The bite that you received 2 days ago from that stray dog begins to itch. You look up. You see the moon, full with her silver glory. It starts. Your skin rips. Your muscles bulge and shift. And you howl. Would you rather be the werewolf who knows what he is and relishes in the hunger, or would you rather be the victim of the instinctual beast, waking up and not knowing what horror you wrought?
So either I'm reveling in the fact that I am committing the carnage, or I just wake up naked in the forest.
Yes. Do you want to be a monster? There's the question.
I think I'm gonna go with the classic, which is when it gets around to the full moon, I just got to be like, looking at my watch all the time, and I got to lock myself in a crypt or something so I don't hurt anybody. That whole thing, like Oz from Buffy, that's what I'm thinking. That's that's the closest I'll get to being as cool as Oz. So I'm going to go with I don't remember anything, and I can take precautions to make sure I don't hurt anybody.
Doc?
Is this like real life or a LARP situation?
Real life.
I'm going to have... you know what? I will... the first one sounds like a good release of tension and anger. So, yeah, I'll just go with it.
Doc chooses to be the monster. Interesting.
This question actually sounds like a violation of both.
Let's see now. Technically, because of the current day and age, I believe we all have a little stress to get rid of, so being the monster may not be a bad thing after all.
So, Doc, you get the point.
Doc gets the point. So, looking at the point totals, since I wasn't keeping track,
I have nothing. I was wrong both times. So we each have 1 point.
It's a draw. We'll have to play again next week.
Okay.
Which then now brings us to our next segment. Actually, who found it first? Was it you, Johnny?
Yeah, I found a list of the 10 most haunted theme parks in the world. And I thought some of these stories are just so ridiculous, like the reason they're haunted, and some of them that, some of the circumstances are actually true. I was like, well, after reading one of these, I think it would be fun if we read a real one, there's an actual place that has this haunted legend attached to it. And then we'd each try our hand at making one up and see if the others could tell the difference between what is the actual haunting and what is just a figment of our beleaguered imaginations.
Well, since you set this fire, you should light the match.
My GoPro app just turned on, and I wasn't even touching this.
See, the haunting begins.
Well, Doc's lab has been haunted.
I thought you guys did the whole sage thing, and you moved the things out of storage and put them in a prominent place in the house. And
There's been recent activity.
well, you have familiar spirits now. You have dogs. That should help.
I think the dogs only care about themselves.
No way, they're actually barking in ear. Sometimes.
Well, maybe you can't see it. Sometimes my cat will just stare off into the void, and I'm sure he's warding off some sort of evil that I can't see.
Or he's basically claiming, no, this piece of the soul is mine. You will get the scraps after I'm gone.
That's probably more accurate. All right. So once again, the premise is one of these is an actual location in the world that has a reputation for being a haunted amusement park or a haunted amusement park ride. And the other is something, some bullshit I made up.
Fire away.
All right. So we all know that some of the most scrupulous members of our business community are real estate developers, paragons of virtue and ethical purchasing. Unfortunately, at this park, there was a minor slip up in their ethicals. And the land this unnamed theme park was built on was infested with snakes. Infested with snakes is one way of saying the only remaining habitat for various rare reptiles. But they spun it as infested with snakes. Who's going to miss it? So this didn't stop our developers. They plowed over the entire snake habitat and put up a record-setting for the time Ferris wheel, huge Ferris wheel in the middle of this amusement park. The park was successful very briefly until a woman who lived nearby became pregnant, and despite claiming having no male partners in her life, a virgin birth. Legend says that she actually gave birth to snakes 9 months later, which slithered away from her home and into a nearby lake. The cries of her tiny snake babies drove her insane until she eventually ran to the lake and tried to rescue them, drowning in the process. Her spirit now haunts the abandoned grounds of what once was a thriving snake habitat, with strange shrieks emanating from the grounds as soon as the sun goes down. That is story number 1. Don't pave over snakes.
What country is this from?
I'm redacting the countries. Although you'll kind of get it with the next one. So this is the second one. William and Oliver Harcourt were brothers who shared the relatively unique profession of roller coaster engineers. While they didn't design the rides themselves, they were responsible for inspecting the structural integrity of over 50 theme parks across North America during the 1970s and 1980s. Rumor has it that Oliver was something of a ladies' man, and that didn't stop with the single ladies. His brother's wife, Emily, caught his eye, and the two carried on a torrid romance for years behind poor William's back. William would have his revenge, however, strangely calling in sick when the brothers were called to inspect a Tunnel of Love ride for this haunted theme park. Legend has it that William rigged the cart his brother was testing to capsize into the water. Now you're thinking, that's only 3 feet of water. How could that hurt anyone? But Oliver didn't just get wet. A mysterious electrical fault in the ride literally boiled him alive when he went overboard. William was never charged with a crime, though suspected by his wife and the community for years to come. But the tunnel of love at this haunted theme park amazingly still runs, but reportedly smells of burning flesh if ridden after dark. So the first story was don't pave over snakes, and this one is your brother might boil you if you diddle his wife. So, gentlemen, one of those was fabricated bullshit, and the other one, actually a haunting. Guess away.
Well, the second one sounds real, so I'm going to go with the first one.
So you think the first one is the real story?
Getting up in places and laying some eggs. Well, somebody's like really drunk or high or something and not noticing.
I'm going to. So you're going with story number one being real, right, Doc?
So you're going with the snakes. Okay.
Okay. I'm going to have to agree with Doc. It's so outrageous. The other one sounds very plausible, but you never know in these cases. So, yeah, I'm going to agree with the Doc.
Well, you gentlemen cannot be fooled. Snakes is apparently the real one.
God. That's
It is
real.
a theme park in Japan. I had to look up some more details about, like, originally it was just there was a lady who drowned herself because she gave birth to a snake, but apparently they did, like, the land was full of snakes and that's why nobody wanted it, and they just paved it over, and the snake birth was supposed to be like revenge. But yeah, that's the real one. I made up William and Oliver Harcourt and the whole thing.
Wow. That was fun. And it's Halloween. It's supposed to be fun with haunted locations and tales around a campfire to scare the bejesus out of you.
I was able to do Brandon Nonica, by the way.
Oh, yes. If our viewers remember from our last episode with Doc's app review, Johnny proposed a couple of fascinating ideas for Doc to explore. I believe one of them was show me something psychedelic, show me something monkeys would like, show me something boring. Show me something Winona.
That was it.
Win! It's Winona. Winona is a country singer.
Well, here's the problem that I didn't know about before. You can only use it so much, and then you have to take a half-hour break unless you pay for the app.
Well, which prompt did you use? What did you hold in your mind, like a vice, before you ventured forth into the world?
Fun. F-U-N.
Not monkeys?
I don't remember monkeys.
Oh.
But no.
So,
So,
tell us. And now we're all playing with our virtual backgrounds.
yeah, it works. Kind of. I mean, this whole... all right, so the first place. Now I started in Scottsdale. I didn't do it from home.
It's already terrifying.
Yeah. The first place it sent me to was the Arizona Heritage Center.
For something fun?
Yeah, well, you know, it's fun there. I've never been in there. But it had me go to the service entrance.
So it thought working there would be fun.
Sounds like somebody paid for ad space quietly.
Hear that?
What?
Dude.
I thought I heard experiments. But I don't have
All right. At this point, we need to say that, like, we're not staging this stuff. There's just weird shit happening in Doc's house right now. It's like the third weird noise you've had to investigate. No, nobody hears them but you.
So, but yeah, I wasn't going to drive up into the service entrance. Now, across the street from that is a park.
Okay.
So it's kind of a double win on that one. But Papago Park? You know, college is north and south. It's on the north side of the riverbed in town.
Oh, we lost Johnny.
Those got him.
Oh.
The second place was some random house with stuff. It must have been one of those cleanup days, where the garbage people come out and they'll take boxes and furniture and all that. So most of the houses had a bunch of crap all in the street. The address that it sent us to, they had like this little lion that was about this big, like a gargoyle kind of thing. It was a stone lion that they had out in their front yard. And the house next door had a pontoon boat. Pontoon boats are fun.
So theoretically, Doc, in your opinion, after having used this, the underpinnings, if you want to watch the previous video, I'm sure Tony will link it using technical skills. But the premise being that you hold an idea in your mind, and through quantum entanglement, you are driven to a place that matches what's in your mind.
Right. Now, sometimes you have to look around a little bit, and they even tell you that on the map. I mean, on the app, it doesn't tell you exactly that spot, so sometimes you might have to walk around a little bit. Now, a few houses away from that second one I told you about that had the lion, there was a bouncy house in their front yard. I think it worked.
So I'm just to play the skeptic here. If the premise is it's supposed to lead you to a specific address and then you have to walk around a while, isn't it just it's sending you someplace and it hopes that when you walk around a while, you're looking for something fun. So you'll keep looking wherever you are until you find something that meets that criteria instead of it's led you right to it.
That is a fair point. It doesn't actually send you to an address. It sends you to map coordinates, latitude and longitude.
Oh.
It uses Google Maps, so it'll send you, it'll say go to this spot.
All right, then for Thanksgiving, I'm doing the monkey one.
Okay.
Well, hopefully the zoo will be open.
Yeah.
But that shouldn't be something they like.
Relative's house.
The bouncy house is a win, though. That would be a win. If I went to an address thinking of something fun and within my visual range was a bouncy house, yeah, that wins.
You usually don't have to really walk far, though. I guess from what I've been seeing on videos on YouTube. I don't know. It's something, you can play around with. It's something fun to play around with.
Oh, that's why I'm definitely going to download it. And for the reveal in our Thanksgiving episode, we are having a Thanksgiving episode.
We're having a Thanksgiving episode.
Okay. I will do show me something monkeys like with Random Nautica. What do you think?
Sounds good to me.
Sounds like an idea. So with that, we come to our final segment because I caused a problem last time with our game, Would You Rather? Last time I had asked, would you rather come back as a George Romero zombie or a 28 day later zombie, which then invoked this response.
They're not zombies.
So, in order to actually do this in a way that is both fair and democratic like, we're going to have a debate. And I guarantee that this debate is going to be much better than any debate you've seen on television. Why? Because this debate will only be 2 minutes. That's right, gentlemen. 2 minutes. You'll have 30 seconds to open up why your particular zombie is a better zombie. You'll have a 15-second rebuttal and a 15-second finale. Do we understand the rules?
Yes, sir. Lord
right.
Moderator.
30 seconds on the clock. Dr. Walling, tell us why the zombies from 38 Days Later are not zombies. Go.
Because they're not dead. They didn't die in the first place. You have to die. Now, you're talking about movie zombies. I understand about voodoo zombies. They're not, because they don't die at all. They just get the brains taken over. But in the zombies that we're talking about, you have to die first to become a zombie, and it's usually due to some kind of virus, or in the case of the movie Wreck, rabies from dogs.
Stop. All right, Johnny, your opening argument and go.
I would like to rather read the words of the writer of 28 Days Later, Mr. Alex Garland. So he said, "Oh, you mean zombies," when referencing the film. The interviewer asked, "Would you call them zombies in 28 Days Later?" His response, "Yes, I would, inasmuch as when I first sat down to pitch that movie, before I wrote the script, we were sitting in a pizza place and I said, I've got an idea for a film. It's about zombies running around London. It's got daylight."
And stop. Doc, you have 15 seconds to rebut. Go.
My rebuttal is he's full of crap. Not you, Todd, the other guy.
No, that's fair. Both may be true.
Nothing personal against that other guy. I just think.
And stop. Johnny, 15 seconds. Go.
Once again, the other guy is the guy who wrote the movie. And he says, the reason I say zombies is because I don't give a blank about the sort of technical differences between the infected and the dead, whether they're reanimated corpses or not. The lineage of that film belongs to zombie movies.
That is the
you. 15-second final. Doc, go.
I stand by what I just said for like the last minute. That most people couldn't hear because you're trying to be like Bruce Wallace.
And stop.
That was Bruce Wallace, right? That did the presidential debate.
If he actually did that, I would watch the damn debate.
Oh, I saw some on YouTube. He kept trying to cut certain people off, and he was pretty ineffectual. At least on those clips that I saw.
Johnny, your 15-second finale. Go.
The writer says they're zombies.
He's wrong. The writer is wrong.
All right, so folks, with that, our final debate. You've heard the arguments. You've heard the rantings of a mad doctor. Let us know if you believe that Johnny is correct.
It's not me personally. It's the creator of the film saying that which, by the way, reinvigorated the entire zombie genre, which involves, they actually made a reference to 28 Days Later in Shaun of the Dead, which would not have gotten produced without the success of this zombie film, in which they specifically point out over a radio broadcast, rage-infected monkeys may have been the source of the zombie virus.
Wasn't that 12 Monkeys, though?
No, 12 Monkeys was time traveling.
Time travel.
It also had to deal with the virus, but the virus just killed people.
That was Rage. Wasn't it called Rage or The Rage? Where it was the monkeys that...
Once again, I got to go back. The writer says it's a reference to 28 Days Later.
So, if you believe Doc is right, at the video, which will be posted on our Facebook page, if you believe Doc is right, use the wow face. It looks like this, which is also horrible looking. If you think Johnny's right, use the angry face, which looks like this, which is also angry looking.
What do you call it when scientists submit a paper? No, where's your peer review sources for this author or writer for the movie?
You can't, it's a primary source. You don't need a secondary source when the person who invented the story says it. You insane person. There is no, where's your supporting evidence? There's only one source. It's like saying the sun's shining. Well, where's your evidence? Look outside. What's wrong with you?
Oh lot.
Not enough that we can cover in this one episode because therapy bills won't allow for it. What was that? I heard a scream.
Oh, me too. I don't know.
Okay, Doc, we got to bring some sage over there. DoorDash some sage over to the house.
DoorDash, your friend for the quarantine age. Still not being sponsored by DoorDash. And yes, we will have a turkey lurkey episode that Johnny accidentally leaked.
I just like pumpkin pie.
Everybody likes pumpkin pie.
Like the who's that guy that plays Spider-Man?
Tom Holland?
Andrew Garfield?
Tom Holland, science fiction,
I love saying Andrew Garfield and seeing who gets angry.
yeah.
Why? He played Spider-Man.
Yeah.
You know,
So did Tobey Maguire. And like a bunch of other people. Now, before we go, there was an important question that came up from our viewers. Doc,
yes.
what is that?
On the wall.
That's part of my secret layer communication system.
Is that an intercom?
I got like a 90-year-old mech over here. I don't think I like it anymore.
Don't try to throw focus. What the hell is on the wall? Is it what's making all the noises in your house? Do you have a haunted intercom? Why didn't you lead with that?
I'm used to having it there, I guess. Yeah, see, her face explains my thing there.
Yeah, there's a lot of expression looking at the intercom.
It's an intercom for my secret lair. It was built back in the 70s.
I'd like to point out at this moment that Doc has an intercom and a lair. They still have me in the tent with the cot and a laptop. So you guys said that after my apprenticeship was over, but it's been like 4 years. When do I get to come inside?
After COVID.
That's fair.
We're doing it for your safety, Johnny.
That's fair.
Your safety.
I appreciate it.
And on that note, I'm Tony Fuentes.
I'm Doc Wallen.
And I'm Johnny Lebrat.
And this has been a Science of Drinking Halloween episode. Cheers, gentlemen, and happy Halloween to one and all.
Especially.